Guidance for response activities. A response activity is a single paragraph about 4 to 5 sentences long. It has good structure and relevant evidence. There are 3 steps to producing a good response paragraph. Step 1 is to write a thesis statement. It is an overall statement that gives a clear, specific answer to the question. This question asks, what are 2 important rules of Sun Tzu's Art of War, which is a wonderful source in Chinese military history. Sun Tzu has lots of rules, but the question is asking us to choose just 2. Our thesis statement must say, what are those 2 rules? Stated briefly, here are the 2 rules we chose. Let a desperate enemy go home and employ spies. Now here is an example of a more complete and specific thesis statement that states our 2 rules, but also introduces the author and the source. 2 very important rules of military strategy in Sun Tzu's Art of War are: allow a desperate and almost defeated enemy to leave the field of battle, and always invest in and use human intelligence, that is, spies. Step 2 is writing evidence sentences that explain more about the 2 rules. We are making 2 evidence sentences for each rule, and these sentences are about specific facts or information we locate in the source. We are not quoting from the source yet. We are putting the facts and information in our own words. To create these 4 sentences, it is a good idea to take notes by listing sentence ideas from the source, as is done here. We use the word note so you can see it, but you do not need to type that in. Notice we have 4 notes because we want to write 4 sentences, 2 for each rule identified in the thesis statement above. Let's focus on the second note, which says very briefly, do not press a desperate enemy. The next thing we do is write a more complete sentence using the note idea. Notice we have written each evidence sentence right below each note, and the evidence sentence is longer and has more detail from the source. Again, the second note says, do not press a desperate enemy. But the evidence sentence says, his feeling was you should not press a desperate enemy, or they may fight back harder because they are afraid you will kill them all. After we are satisfied with these evidence sentences in our own words, we erase the notes. Step 3 is adding in quotations or observations. In this case, we are quoting from Sun Tzu. We want to add quotations to a couple of evidence sentences, but we do not want to include an entire quotation sentence from Sun Tzu unless absolutely necessary. We simply want to add Sun Tzu phrases to our own sentences. Here are a couple of examples. Again, notice that in the second evidence sentence, we included a quotation phrase from Sun Tzu. Quote, press a desperate enemy too hard, in place of our own words, press a desperate enemy. To our 4th evidence sentence, which says, the best way to get this knowledge is human intelligence, we added a Sun Tzu quotation. Quote, it can only be obtained by other men. Now that we are satisfied with our thesis statement and our evidence sentences that include quotations, we erase any excess information like thesis statement and evidence sentence and combine the sentences into one single paragraph. We submit this response paragraph to Script, the AI checker. When we submit our response paragraph, we will receive back a rubric from Script that evaluates the paragraph for the following: minimum number of words, thesis statement, evidence sentences, quotations or observations, and grammar and spelling. We see both a number grade and comments that explain what we have to do. We will then be able to fix the paragraph and submit again to improve our grade. Most times, our instructor has set 3 submissions. If you start out on a response activity carefully following these 3 steps, it is likely that you will get a very high score and excellent and good job comments on your script rubric. You may even get a top score, but if anything is missing or not of good quality, Script, the AI checker, will let you know so that you can fix it and learn how to write quality paragraphs, the foundation of good writing.